Three?
Yep.
Three. Bam. Bam.
What's going on out there, YouTube? We are back for the season finale live discussion. JOR-ELS Alexandria, Jon Snow, JVS. Let's do this, y'all. So we're going to be going to open spoilers. If you haven't seen the season finale, the 10th episode of the 6th season, you owe it to yourself to go on HBO Go, on demand, wherever you got to go see it. Take this, put in your watch later, come back to it, because we're going to go into a lot of spoilers. But the name of this episode was The Winds of the Winter. And by far, to me, it was one of the best season finales that they've done as far as the show is concerned, especially coming off of that amazing episode we saw last, which is the Battle of the Bastards. So we're going to go into what we kind of thought of it and then go into a lot of like individual stuff, and then we'll see where is this going moving forward. But what did y'all think of the episode individually?
Oh, Jesus. I think... I guess, short thoughts, it's probably their best finale so far. Period. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I think it is the best episode they've ever done, ever. I think it's the best episode of any television show I've ever seen, ever.
Good God.
Wow.
And
Wow.
that's just my opinion on it. And the music helped so much with that, so...
You hit the nail on the head right there.
That music, soundtrack, the score, wow.
It was incredible. Particularly during the, is that King's Landing where the explosion took place?
Yeah.
Is that right? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, the music up, right before, that volcanic eruption was incredible. Like, it was very eerie, for sure.
Yeah. It's so strange because it's like the Battle of the Bastards and the Winds of the Winter are so different episodes, but in their own right, they're some of the best shows, TV episodes that I've seen on television, period. And the thing about it, like, you get the nail on the head, Amon. With that score, it changes the dynamic of the episode from the beginning. Because I think that, I'll say this, I don't know if this is the best episode of a TV show, but it's definitely the best opening of any TV show I've ever seen. Like, I did not expect the way things drew out as far as Cersei, as far as Tommen, as far as just everything. Like, there was a lot of deaths in this episode that I didn't expect. And you know what? That's the thing about this show that makes it the best. They don't give a daggone what you care about or who you care about. They can die at any moment. And so, what do y'all think about the epic deaths of this episode, or just the explosion in general leading up to everything?
Sweet Jesus. Okay, I think that I'm gonna have to nerd out for a second here. Like, the explosion moment was seriously maybe like top 5 greatest moments on the show. Like, I know there's been a lot of speculation about it prior, so it wasn't like a complete surprise, but just the execution of the explosion just completely blew me away. The visual effects were on par with effects in high budget movies. Like, the amount of cast members that were just removed from the show is kind of insane. And Marjorie being dead is kind of a shock for me because I didn't think that. I didn't think she was gonna get axed. It kind of took me aback. But that whole moment just blew my mind.
Yeah. Gosh, though. That was crazy. What about you, Amon?
Yeah, I was shocked. I think everyone kind of knew. We heard of the wildfire and all that, but they made like a medieval time bomb, like, where you, like, with the candle. So there was like no stopping it because everyone was like, well, he could have blew it out, but then I think there was other candles around too. But
true.
I don't know. So yeah, when the explosion happened, I didn't even realize it was underneath. Is it called the Sept? I think the building. I had no idea. So like, I just saw Marjorie looking at the High Sparrow, and I'm just like, everyone blows up, and so it was a bigger explosion than I even thought. So it was beautifully done. And yeah, the best opening ever. That the tone, it just set the tone right then and there, and everyone was like, "This is different.
Yeah.
Something bad's gonna happen."
Yeah. And that's the crazy thing about it. It's that, you know what I'm saying, like Daenerys' father, the Mad King, that's what he wanted to do. Like that was his prime objective before Jaime killed him, and he ended up getting the name Kingslayer. And it's like his own sister is now technically the same thing. Like, I mean, not only did she do it, but because of that, it's a catalyst for her own son, her last son, to die. And now she has no left of humanity left. So as far as Cersei is concerned, what are your thoughts on Cersei in this episode, or where she's going? And just, I don't know, this is epic. Like, she is now the rooted villain now.
She, the original two Godfather movies are some of my favorite movies of all time, and particularly with the first Godfather. Well, I guess I won't go there because of spoilers. I forgot. But I will say that a certain somebody kills a line of people, like all of their closest enemies, whilst casually being elsewhere and, like, you know, celebrating something. And I almost feel like they took a page right out of Godfather. I mean, she's just wearing this black, like, celebratory dress that was incredible, by the way. And then just casually sipping her wine as everyone just gets blown out. I think she... I don't know. I mean, maybe she'll, like, replace Joffrey and Ramsay as the greatest villain of the series, with the exception of the Night King or whatever. So
Yeah.
I think that's what they're aiming at, especially since there's no more children involved. And the last look that she gave Jaime, it feels like whatever good or sympathetic notions were left in her are just stripped clean. So, yeah, I think our arch nemesis has arrived. For sure.
She's been born. Yeah. I agree with that. It's been funny because, like, what was it? Probably the first several seasons, everybody hated Cersei. I hated her. I wanted her dead.
Yeah.
I hated her more than Joffrey, to be honest. And then the shame thing happened, and I actually felt for her. So when she killed all those people, even though Marjorie was lost, I was so happy because she got her, like, what, retribution? Like, she got it back. Like,
Yeah.
it came back to her. But yeah, I think she's probably going to be worse than Ramsay and Joffrey because she's evil. Like, she's always been an evil person. And so the only thing that kept her human and her humanity alive was her children. So Jaime doesn't even help that. Like, that kind of, like you said the last time, that's kind of like this, it perverts both of them in a way. Like, yeah. Jaime kind of becomes evil whenever he's with her. But Jaime gave her that look of, we're done. Gonna get her, I think. So.
Yeah, Jaime came back. He was like, I have no kingdom. You ripped that from me. I was like, dang.
I almost felt like Jaime was looking at her like, are we good? Are we good? And Cersei was just like, no. So that's how I took it, honestly. Because I feel like I feel like with him, I don't know that he has so many definitives. I think he's full of questions, and they're all terrible questions,
Right.
Yeah.
So I think in that moment, he's just like, what? It's about to be bad.
I mean, it's definitely, it platforms her to be the next great villain. And she's always been there. That's the thing. Like,
True.
I never would have expected her to be platformed in this way. I knew either one, Cersei was going to die in this episode, or she was going to get a small level of revenge. I didn't know she was going to freaking waterboard the lady that freaking tortured her or, like, blow everybody to smithereens. I didn't know. As a matter of fact, that scene was jacked up. Like,
with the nun or whoever?
Yeah, with the nun, because I mean, I don't know if it's implied, but I felt like the Mountain not only was a zombie, but he, like, raped her and, like, tortured her. That's what I felt.
Can we pause on that? Because, like, I know there's been, like, a speculation that, like, he raped her, but, like, first off, it wasn't made, like, definitively clear, A. And two...
No, it's not.
I mean, maybe, but, like, good God. I mean, I don't know what he did, but that was, like, the last thing I was thinking, like, oh, maybe he raped her. Like, I know a lot of people were saying that. I was like, wait, what? That's not what I thought.
Elia Martell.
Because the only reason why I brought that up is the fact that why did he take off his helmet? Why did he start taking off his like over armor? Yeah, he started to take like his helmet off. He took his over armor off, and then after that she started running shame, shame, shame. And then she closed it up, and then she started hollering. So I mean, he loves to torture people with everything on. So I was like, why would he take all this stuff off other than to make her feel utterly disgusting and like afraid and like perverse in a certain way? That's why I was like, I wouldn't put it past him because the Hound has always said he's a rapist, he's a killer, and he's methodical. So, I mean, even though he's a zombie, I mean, I don't know, but it's kind of sick.
If that's the case, then that's some new levels of fucked up right there.
Can I say something? That because I was thinking, I'm raising my hand, like. That was a thing. Elia Martell, right? Was that her name? Oberyn's sister.
Yeah.
Was raped by the Mountain.
Yeah.
To death. So I think that's why people. I didn't think that when I first saw it, but I did read comments of, oh, he's raping her, and I was like, oh, that makes things like worse than I. Like, yeah, Cersei's evil for sure. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but the thing is, like, this is a whole nother section. It's a good segue. Somebody's coming, and she's got a whole legion, not just an army. She's got everyone. Daenerys is coming with her dragons, with Tyrion, with everyone. So when y'all saw that last shot, I mean, what was your thinking? Like, what was your heart going with that whole moment?
I just had in that moment I just had complete satisfaction of the whole episode. I almost wasn't really solely thinking of just that scene. Just the whole episode was so incredible. If we had gotten full off of action in the last episode, then like we got full off of like perfect plot execution here. That was what was going through my mind personally.
Yeah. Absolutely. What about you, Mas?
Yeah, I mean, it was beautifully shot. The dragons coming in, like just seeing everyone together, like the Martells, or the Sand Snakes are there, the Martells, the Tyrells.
Yeah.
Right? Are with them too. And then the Dothraki, like everybody is on different boats. The Ironborn, the Greyjoys, whatever. Yeah, that was pretty epic, but I think the same. It was like they ended it perfectly. Now she's finally doing something instead of talking. She's going. Oh, sorry. Whoops. she's going now. So
yeah,
give her props. And she told Dario, "Bye. Nope, you're not coming. I'm going down." So that was great.
Yeah. Yeah. To move forward, that going and did all this. I mean, I think that it was the perfect kind of like ending as well. I think just the progression of it, especially having like Tyrion going and bowing to her and like acknowledging her in spite of everything he's kind of gone through. You know what I'm saying? Like he has no reason to follow her, but he's choosing literally to believe in her and to believe in himself with her. Because I mean, he could be like, well, I believe in you, but I shouldn't be around you. But he knows that he has something to bring to her table. And I mean, just to me, the ending, I was like, I can't believe this is actually happening. Because, I mean, from the second season, I was like, maybe this is a dream. This will maybe happen at some point, or maybe it won't. Maybe we won't get to this moment. It's just like when I saw the dove and I saw Sansa and Jon talk about, like, winter is here. I felt the same way when I saw them going across the water with the ships. I was like, this is something that's going to be serious come season 7. Because I don't think we're prepared for what's going to happen. I don't know what to anticipate, to be quite honest with you. But, I mean, what are y'all's anticipations for the next season?
Well, wow. My anticipation for season 7. Well, first off, I want the Night King to have a different context. Like, I want us to look at him differently. Like, I want his presence to be more, I guess, apparent in the show. because right now I made this comparison before, but he's kind of like Thanos. Like he's there, but like he's like something you think about every now and again. And he needs something like I want to see like a full 30 minutes just dedicated to him, like in one episode, or like I want to hear him speak. You know, can he speak anyway? Because I don't know that he ever has. And I would love to see him maybe even kill someone like really important, you know, and then speak for the first time. Like he needs a moment like that. That's like super. I'm just holding duct tape, but he needs a moment like that. That's like really, really epic like that. That's what I would like to see, and to see Daenerys, who's done so much, just like show up and just like kill Cersei and just land her ass on the throne with the dragons beneath her. Damn.
Amon, what about your anticipation?
Don't get me started. I'm anticipating a lot. I want to see more of Jon, like where he's the rightful king, and so I'm just so happy. And which I hope. Oops.
Whoa! Did she?
It's that shade coming in. Oh my gosh! You know what? But the thing is, at the end of the day, R+J equals, you know. So.
Right. Well, so I just, you know.
Yeah.
Right. And so that I'm happy that, and I want to talk about that. Hopefully, we'll talk about that moment. But I don't know. I want to see more of Sam, and you know.
Sam and Gilly.
Sam, yeah, Sam. I just because he's in the library now. He's going to be a maester, and he's just going to have a huge role. Like he's going to have the answers to how we kill the Night's King, and everyone kind of keeps getting annoyed by his scenes. Not everybody, but I've seen some people being like, why are they showing? But there's obviously importance to his character.
Yeah.
So hopefully they show that again, like the moment of him killing the White Walker. Hopefully has a cool moment like that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, that shot with the library was so awesome looking.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, I was like, holy crap. Like, this is where he's going to have to be, you know. And you're right. Like, if somebody doesn't have, like, the knowledge, it's just like Bran. Even though people don't know what Bran's role is, he knows. And it's the same thing for Sam. They're both very pivotal moving forward, more so than the new kingdoms that are becoming. And I think that what's going to be crazy is with Daenerys and with Jon, like, how is things going to merge? Because she had alluded that I'm going to have to marry, you know, to, like, add in with something. And I don't know. I think that might be Jon, because now that the big reveal came up that, you know, Lyanna and what was it, Rhaegar Targaryen that's his parents. Like, now by blood he is of right. No matter what, like, he is owed that. So I don't know. What did y'all think of the big reveal? I mean, it had already been alluded to, but what did y'all think?
Well, first it was just awesome.
Yeah.
I thought it was perfect, but I actually have questions. Like, first off, so if I'm getting this straight, so like he's blood-wise, he's a Stark, but I mean, wouldn't that make Daenerys like his aunt or something?
That's his aunt.
Am I missing something? Okay, so
yeah, because the Mad King's oldest son is his father.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they intermarried though. All of them intermarry by blood.
Okay. I'm just gonna pause there, but yeah, I thought I have other questions, but they're not as important. But yeah, I think I thought it was a perfect moment. I love the transition from like baby Jon to full grown Jon. That was, oh man, fucking ponytailed Jon. Let me tell you.
Yes, ponytail, man bun Jon. Yeah. That was amazing. They perfectly. I'm gonna cry. Like every time I see that scene, it makes me want to cry. I don't know. I keep rewatching it, like because I watch different reactors react to it, and I'm just like, oh no, and it's just like so beautiful because we've been waiting for it, and they perfectly did. They didn't say, "This is Jon Snow. This is," they just showed us, and then the music.
Yeah.
But they didn't say who the father is. Like, she whispered it, but obviously we know that it is Rhaegar. But then it's kind of weird that they would. Bran knows. Like, they made sure that Bran saw that happening, and you could, when she whispered it to Ned, his face was like kind of shocked.
Yeah.
It was a gorgeous scene, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And shout out to I can't remember her first name, but Lady Mormont, the little girl from the Bear.
Yes.
Whatever. Yo, she is incredible. She looks like she's like 12 years old. But she is so much better than who's the younger king who jumped out the window? What's his name?
Tom.
Okay, she is like literally leagues ahead of this fool. Oh my god! Like, when he jumped out, I just got pause on that too. When he jumped out the window, I was so in shock. But, like, I'm so glad he's gone. He was just the most bitch-made little kid. I'm sorry. This little girl has bigger balls than this boy. Like, the contrast between the two of them is incredible. And how elegant was his exit?
Oh, man.
I was like... I couldn't believe they went there. I was like frozen in shock for like minutes. I was like, what? Anyway.
Yeah. But you're right. Like, she's a G. Honestly, like, she's got that kind of authority and stature that she could be king of the North. Like, real talk. Like, I'm surprised that she has that much honor in her to be like, you know what? He is the rightful king. And then everybody that she called out, like, yeah, your dad got skinned alive. Yeah, you said you were gonna do this, and I was like, this is perfect platforming for Jon. And I was like, his moment to shine like that, given the parallel for me, and I didn't talk about this in my review, is that when we began this season, Jon was dead. He'd been stabbed in the back by his own watch, and like to see him there to being alive and where he is now, it's unbelievable. From a season standpoint, I never would have dreamed that he would get to that moment. I don't know. Like, I just love Jon's character just from the way they platformed him and solidified him as far as the story is concerned.
For sure.
But I don't know. Y'all got anything else in this episode before we roll out?
I have one thing to say about that scene that I believe, and this is why I believe Jon is the rightful king. I don't even think he should marry Dany. Just listen to this. When that guy, forget his name, the coward, the bald coward who did not want to fight with them, he steps up and he's like, "Can you forgive me?" And Jon says, "What is there to forgive?" Like, what kind? Like, that's like Jesus stature. Like, he's at that status of Jesus. Like, he said, "I don't even remember that sin." Like, I was just
damn.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, well, I don't know if I can say that.
You know what I mean? I mean, he's not.
No, Jon Snow has ascended to level Jesus, I think. I think that's a fair comparison. Seriously. No, legit. Like,
well, he did come back from the dead.
He did.
He did.
I mean, I can't say he did. I mean, it's just like...
He did. Holy shit.
When he died and when he came back, right... He was a totally different person.
Yeah.
He really wasn't. Like, he's not been the same person. I was sitting there watching, before the Battle of the Bastards came up, I was like, this is not a man prepared for war. Like, he's been really timid and meek, but he was still that same assertive man. It's just now, he's not saying that this is my privilege, that this is my mandate, kind of thing. And it's like you said, like, he's like beyond willing to forgive him. And even with the Red Witch, I was thinking that he could have easily killed her, and that's the time where he would have, but he was like, he showed her mercy. And that shows not only wisdom, because for her to die, he doesn't know if something might happen to himself. And not just that, they might need her later. And I was like, this is what's worthy of a kingly status. And it's crazy to see that progression. So I agree in that regard. It's interesting to say.
Holy, I've never really thought about that, but I almost do wonder if, like, George, like, got some bizarre inspiration from Jesus, like for real. That's interesting. Never thought about that.
Most stories do. Like J.R.R. Tolkien, a lot of it's from the Bible. I don't know. I feel like most, because that's like the first story kind, type of a situation. So most people kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely Jesus vibes for sure.
Yeah, I mean, even like Jor-El's shirt, like Superman, like Jerry Siegel and the creators, they modeled it after that.
Yeah.
Especially like, I mean, spoiler alert with Batman vs Superman. There's a lot of things that kind of is like, never mind, I'm shut up. But yeah, they definitely are platforming it in that same exact way. How they model Superman in general, and yeah, Jon Snow is just another example of that.
But, yeah, I mean, I would definitely compare my son, to Jesus. Good old Kal-El, Anyway, there was one thing I was going to mention, actually, that people have mentioned quite frequently is kind of like the hashtag Varys and Theon Yara teleportation issues. A lot of people have been complaining that Varys and Yara and Theon, like, there's been certain times in episodes where it's like they traveled great distances and seemingly like a blink of a second. I wanted to know you guys' thoughts on that. If that bothered you, did you even think about that until now? It's been something I've been wrestling with, but I was just curious your guys' thoughts first.
I mean, I definitely thought about it when I saw, him and his sister kind of show up at Daenerys' steps. I was like, I didn't think to see them until the next season, and I mean, the thing is that even though they do that, it's such a gratifying moment when they do show up that I can excuse it. It's not really an issue for me. I think that they're honestly just trying to progress the story as fast as they can to get to a new point, because I think the books are wrapping up and they're driving into territory where they're just creating new stuff. So I think they're trying to progress as fast as they can from a story standpoint, which that's fine, just as long as you don't miss something pivotal. But I've definitely noticed it for sure. I thought it was really interesting how they've done that. But I don't know. What about you, Yvonne?
Yeah, I mean, people commented, because I think my friend Morgan made a comment of like, what? How is Varys on the boat? And then so people commented. And I think when you're first watching the show, we're not thinking we're not all, after we watch the show, either we watch it again or we put two and two together, we're just reacting, live reactions. So people always think we're all stupid, I think, like reactors. Like, you didn't catch that. You didn't catch that. Like, no, buddy, we're watching the show. So I just, sorry.
No,
but it's the truth. And the truth of it is that, I guess Dorne, like we said, Dorne had met up with them, like the people of Dorne, like they were at Dorne. So I guess they're speeding it along, and because Littlefinger shows up a lot too really quickly, and it does seem like they're trying to just get to the end almost. So some things don't make sense. Like, it's just like a I don't even know how to say it, but it's an error. I don't know.
Yeah, it's even like the ships being created so quickly. Like, how the heck did you get all those ships created like that?
Yeah, I mean, I guess for me, the only thing I can say is that that's just another reason for me to watch, the season again. Look, because those weren't moments I was very cognitive of until I know people in the comment sections, and I was like, oh, they kind of have a point. I see where they're coming from, but in the defense of the show, I don't know that they're very explicit with time in general. I mean, there's small examples, for example, when Arya got stabbed, we know that it must have only been a couple days until she was up and running again from the wave or whatever. But generally speaking, I feel like they're very loose with time,
Yeah.
I know this issue came up in the Dark Knight Rises, where something happens to Bruce's back, and then a bunch of time goes by, and he's healed, and he's about to enter the city, and people were like, "Wait, what?" When in reality, in the movie's time, even though it wasn't made explicit, a year went by or something. So maybe just they're a bit more loose with time than we thought.
Yeah, yeah. It's expressed versus just like outright sewn in like a little.
Yeah.
Like it's been exactly 3 months until because it would get too convoluted between all the different storylines.
So
Like,
much.
For
It's
sure.
minor. It's a minor issue. So.
yeah. But
I think
so
the only other thing I could think of is I've been talking about this for a while now, but the writers at the very beginning of the season they implied that there might only be like 13 episodes left, and then that's it. Period. Equaling 2 seasons. Like the next season might have 7 episodes only, for example.
yeah.
I guess thoughts on that, because for me, I'm just like, no, like what are y'all talking about? There should be like 2 more seasons. I can handle that, but like it should be like 10 and 10, not like 7 episodes next season. Like what?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that there's any way that they could just like say, all right, well, we're gonna change it up, y'all. Give y'all 7 episodes. They're gonna have like 2 hours versus an hour or whatever. Like how like BBC does it. Like BBC, they have like
Yeah.
2-hour intervals per episode. What I think what they're gonna end up doing, they're gonna start going into territory that are not in the books, and I think they're gonna broaden the scope of the storyline and see where they go from a scope standpoint. But they could easily do that. I hope they don't. If they do that, I feel like I'll be cheated personally, because I want them to, flesh it out into 2 different seasons. But I don't think they're gonna do that. I feel like they're gonna go into territory that they haven't gone in the books, and I think that'd be more interesting. I don't know. What do you think, Amon?
I think that I don't know. Someone was saying that it's not a budget thing, but like it's going to make it like better. Like more money can go in each episode or something, so like the episode will be better. But I don't know. I feel like that's crazy. 13 episodes does sound really sucky. So I don't. That's not like a fact, is it? Like that's not.
It's a fact that they made those statements for sure. Whether that's 100% what they're doing, no one knows yet. But they for sure said that factually. Sadly.
Okay. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, sucks.
We can only hope not. That's
Yeah.
all we can do.
Yeah, they just emphasized that nothing was set in stone. But I was like, oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, I mean, it boiled us these 2 different questions. They had singly the 2 biggest and best episodes on television since Breaking Bad, to be quite honest with you.
Don't tell me about Breaking Bad.
No, I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm not going to spoil anything. But, I mean, Breaking Bad to me is one of the most definitively amazing series I've ever seen. And, like, the way that these last 2 episodes were, they were on that caliber of level. And it's like, at a certain point, you want to stop while you're at your top versus, like, over peaking. And at the same time, from the record standpoint, like I think the last episode had a huge record as far as the season finale is concerned. And I mean, from a money standpoint, like, okay, give the people what they want. So I don't know. It's that fine line. I don't know. I really don't know. It can go either way, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of see your point. I mean, they're always trying to up themselves, and it's like, well, what else? If it's gonna be 10 and 10 again, it's like, damn, are they gonna go like 30 mil per episode? Like, you know what I mean? I mean, in another sense, like Daredevil season 2, which I loved, that's like 13 hours. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. Guess we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. But what did everybody rate this episode?
I've been wrestling with that, but the only thing I've come up with is that there's nothing about the episode that I dislike. It's kind of like what I said before. If like, episode 9 was like getting drunk off the action, then this was like getting drunk off of just like really good storytelling. So it's just like a mirror opposite of Battle of the Bastards. So I think I'm gonna have to go with 10 again. I'm thinking so.
Yeah.
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 What about you, man?
10. Perfect 10.
Oh, that's right. You said this is your favorite episode, period.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
Wow.
Everything about it. Pycelle getting stabbed by kids. That was really nice.
Yeah.
High Sparrow dying, that music.
Wait, are you talking about the old man who's always laying up with the
Yep,
prostitutes?
yep.
Man, that
So
man is still laying down the pipe. My
I
God. But anyway, I mean, I just thought that was the only impressive thing about that man. I was like, man, he's still laying pipe. Like, good God. But anyway,
he told her to get out. He didn't pay her. He
Wow.
said kick rocks.
yeah.
But he's old. But the last Arya, we forgot about
Oh my
Oh
Arya
damn!
God.
Oh damn! Oh damn!
is a great
Wow.
moment.
That was the most gratifying moment in my
Yes.
reaction. Like I was like, who is this chick? I said randomly in my reaction. Somebody thought like I had looked at the episode before, but I was like, it'd be freaking dope if that was Arya pretending. And then all of a sudden I was like, nobody knows who this chick is. She's so close to him. And then like she does the deed, and I'm like, yes, yes. I don't know. What were y'all's thoughts at that moment? I loved it.
I think I might be sort of in the minority about these thoughts. I know I heard one of the writers talk about this, and I was like, that's what I was picking up. But the only thing that came to mind is that I was surprisingly creeped out by it. Like, it was the first time it ever sunk in, like, yo, I think maybe this revenge thing has been a deterrent. Like, it just occurred to me, this has been the only thing that's been driving this girl. Like, there's been no like relationships. There's been no like frequent hookups with the family. No like friends. No pauses. It's been like her main drive, and she's sort of kind of demented now. I mean, she's still the same, but it's like, but is she though? It just occurred to me that her future is sort of a big question mark. I mean, she could easily become someone villainous or like a Cersei. I mean, that's been her only drive. I mean, once that list is up, I mean, I feel like she's gonna have like PTSD or something. That's what I thought about. Yeah, I don't know.
Wow. I didn't think of it in that way. Wow, that was deep.
Yeah, I mean, it was
That was-
cool. Don't get me wrong. Like, I was happy. I was like, yes, but like at the same time, more so, I was just like, she's
Yeah.
turning into something because she even had like a little creepy grin.
She was
Oh,
smiling.
she enjoyed that whole
Yeah.
entire thing.
Yeah. So.
I mean, it's gratifying though, because her mom was killed just like that, and her brother. And she was right outside, and she couldn't do. I think that probably was the most gratifying kill for her. I don't think anyone else will feel that gratifying because of the fact that she tried to go in, and the Hound knocked her out. I think that she'll always. I think she blames herself for some reason, even though she would have died too.
Yeah.
I feel like that was like, but you're right. I mean, I feel like maybe she'll go back to Jaqen and become no one, because I don't see her. I don't know where she's a killer. She's not. That is what she is, an assassin. So
I feel like, I don't know how many of you guys in the crowd enjoyed Dexter, but I feel like she's like, that's who she's becoming, like a Game of Thrones version of Dexter Morgan, which is
serial killer.
that's kind of creepy.
Yeah. I don't know. It's really interesting because like her, even in the beginning of the first of this season, like she's trained. Like she is deadly. I mean, not only is like she physically more on par with other people, but she can become unseen. And like I was thinking to myself, I was like, did she like carve that face off of somebody, or she steal that? Because she didn't have time to go back, to his location and just get somebody's face. Or did she take somebody's body, kill them, take their face off, and then go into what she did? Because it had to come from somewhere.
Oh shit!
So
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
so she legitimately is gonna become like what's that one character in Texas Chainsaw Massacre? I forgot the guy's name. That face.
Oh,
like,
okay. That's what I was thinking. I thought maybe you might have been referring to someone else, but yeah, I love the face for sure.
So she's just wearing people's faces and killing people. I mean,
Wow.
I don't know, but she's gonna be an asset. But she can't be considered a hero anymore. She's going down a really dark path that I don't think she can come back from. And I mean, same can be said from Sansa, because I feel like she might have to deal with Littlefinger in her own unique way, so to speak. And I'm not saying she's just going to strategically kill him, but she knows that he's a threat, and she's not the type to take chances anymore. She's not gonna let anybody hurt Jon. She's not gonna let anybody hurt her, and she knows that Littlefinger wants the throne, and she'll take the throne before she can have it, essentially. So,
yeah,
I don't know.
I thought you were gonna say something else, but
I ain't gonna be on that.
that's what he really wants.
Uh-oh.
She might have to kill that fool, because I don't know if he can. I don't know if he could be like, oh, we ain't gonna be together. Okay, cool. Yeah, like,
Yeah.
no. He's just
Yeah,
yeah.
that's true.
It's a hard line. Let's just say that. But yeah. So we've gone for quite a minute. I don't know how long. Oh dang, about 48 minutes. Okay.
That's weird.
Well,
Yeah,
I
about
think
40
we got it all out of our systems. If y'all got anything else.
Nah.
Well, I guess we can collectively say this is definitively one of the best seasons of Game of Thrones. And I'm a newcomer to the series. These two helped bring me onto it. And, I mean, it's a great ride. We can't wait to be back next season on the 7th season. Hopefully y'all come back and join us later. 'Cause we got to wait a whole year. But go to the description bar below. Check out Jon Snow's channel. She's going to have a lot more information, a lot more reviews and reactions. I think y'all two are about to do a review on a couple movies pretty soon. JOR-ELS, you got like a lot of reviews and a lot of like loud discussions, and we're going to San Diego Comic-Con, boys. So we're going to be doing like interviews and a lot of interesting things there. Definitely go and check out his channel in the description bar below. And as always, keep it locked. Y'all have a good one.
Damn.
Peace.